Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. Sorry I skipped a few steps here. I replaced the laser pickup on the transport. That was in the last video with the messed up audio I need to fix. Uh, I did get the CD section, well, all the caps have been replaced in the CD section. I got the CD replaced section back into the housing here. Right now I'm just going through and I did reattach this little resistor here as well. There's a little resistor sitting down here for grounding purposes. So this little piece of metal is interesting. It's not just a shield. It has three like spindles on it that lock into the vibration isolating mounts for the laser transport. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't notice that last time when I was taking it apart. So off to putting a bunch of little screws back in now. Try not to miss anything. But yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. It's those these like metal posts that hold the. There's like these almost like really soft rubber grommets going on there. And I also discovered the cause of why the latch, the lid, wasn't like closing properly all the time. It turns out there's a little adjustment screw for the latch assembly, and I don't know if it just worked its way tight over time or what happened. I gave it like a little 1/8 turn, and it seems to be working pretty well right now. So if you hit it, I mean, it comes popping right open. So it seems to be working pretty well right now. The only thing I can think of is maybe adding a tiny bit of lubrication here, but I'm a little hesitant to do that. But yeah, there's a little screw underneath this. There's like a slider here. When you press down, it transfers it this way, and it was rubbing against it too much. It got stuck again. Well, let's see if I can. Yeah, see. Oh yeah, that's the. I see it got stuck again. All right, I think I'm gonna have to just add a tiny bit of silicone lubrication to that, and that should clear it up nicely. And since I'm there, I'll hit these two joints, but I gotta find my silicone somewhere just to get those moving a little better, because that's the main problem. It's just kind of sticking a little bit. I thought adjusting that screw would be enough, but not quite. Nice thing when you use a container that holds all your screws, you shouldn't have any screws left when you're done. If you have screws left, something is bad. You can see this is the last of this size screw. And I know I started a new row when I moved to the CD section, so I wouldn't get them confused with each other. So that's all the screws for this. Let's see how hard it is to get this final section back. Oh, and this is the recapped Genesis and 32X board. There's just a little connector back here for the AA batteries. And there's two little like grounding lugs that need to be put back into place up here. And this is the main power switch is up in the front here. See if I can finagle this back in. This is one of the more challenging assemblies and disassemblies I've come across. There. On the actual Genesis is the same way. You actually have to pull the front forward very slightly to get it in. Go figure. It's just one of the, like I said, one of the stranger assemblies I've really encountered. A bunch of little wires. You get miscellaneous wires here and there and everywhere. It's an odd, slightly odd engineering in my opinion. I guess that looks right. All the screw holes are lining up, so I don't forget. Pull this guy up. Make sure everything looks okay before I go any further. Otherwise I gotta back up. Yeah, that was pinched underneath there. And the ports line up pretty well. It's a good sign. Power switch lines up. Alright, and so remember here, there are big screws that are not here, but there's little screws that go into this part. Where are the big screws at? I'll find them in a minute. And this assembly, oh yeah, that's right, you had to push this gently back into place. It's kind of like a interference, like almost like a friction fit that holds it into place. There we go. Actually, it's quite small screws. It's a little different. It's pretty, for a console, it's some of the smallest screws I've ever encountered. They're very, I mean, these little guys here and these little black ones here are all it really holds it together. I was quite surprised when I was doing the assembly and disassembly, just how, I mean, they're like 440 screws tops, number 4s maybe, not even a 6, quite small. So let me resolder those two on. Not a lot of wires left here. But there was a big pad here, and there was a big one sitting here. I'll put those back on. And then I'll reassemble the shield and put that back on. It's been an interesting system to work on. Technologically speaking. A little bit very 90s feeling. A lot of the surface mount, but still through hole. So an interesting combo. You can tell it's mid 90s feel to it. So this is kind of weird because this comes around like this, and it just kind of sticks to the board itself. Not that this is entirely necessary anymore, because simply our television technology has moved on. There's not really a huge need for this excessive shielding, because it's all digital TV now anyway. Let's see if I can reattach these to each other. If I need to add extra solder or not. Yeah, these tabs were kind of a pain in the first place. One tore. I'll just get one redone, and I don't think two really matter all that much. If I get a bunch of electromagnetic interference, then it does matter. I'll come back in. And that kind of just tore on the one side. Maybe I'll just cap ton it down. This doesn't go anywhere. No need for two gigantic connection points there. One's good enough. Cap it down. See if this works. It works. Yeah, so that's it. The screw holes are lining up. Now it's just the base, really. Yeah, it was 4, and then 1 on the back, and then I think 2 on the side. That makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 in the back, 2 on the sides. because those are just throughs there. I'm not entirely in love with how they did some of the work on here. Alright. And the bottom is steel, so that all went together well. So it's like too shorts, too long, so we'll see what fits. I have to go back in my video, but I got a 50-50 shot here. Oh, nope, I knew right away. There we go. That's gotta be the long ones because they didn't hit anything. I'll have to find my, I do have a little bit of silicone lubricant around here somewhere that'll help clear up the sticking door. Which means this is these two. Doesn't hit either. Well, that's interesting. That's very odd. They had one cap here. They didn't go anywhere. It's very strange. Sure they had 4 black screws, but I'll have to see what's going on here. I'll go back and look at my video later. Let's leave 2 screws in there for now. I'm not going to finish it off. Let's see if this works. How very odd. Weird. Okay. I'll have to find those screws, which is very strange. I'll go back and review my video and see where I left off here. Where is my... I'll pause this a minute and find my cables. Let's see. No, maybe I don't. There's the cables here. I gotta pause this a minute and get some cable. Well, for some reason, I've powered it up. The screen, the video output looks much better, but it's not spinning up the CD spindle right now, so now I gotta take it apart and see what happened. If I'm not getting power somewhere or what's going on, because it's not, it goes to check disk and I could see it's not spinning the CD up, so something's going on there. So either a connector came loose when I was putting everything back together again, or I'll take a look what's going on. So that is what I'll be working on next. So I thought I was going to be done with this tonight, but now I gotta go back in and figure out what's going on. So gotta take it back apart and see what's going on.